Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at the last of the 4 figures in the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collab set from Marvel Legends series from Hasbro. This is the Agent Anti-Venom figure, and probably one of the better looking figures in the set. My son's also had this, so I've had a brief play with it before even opening. So, and yeah, this is a figure I'm really looking forward to having into the collection, despite not having any real connection to or involvement with Anti-Venom. As you can see, it comes in the standard packaging we've seen with all the others in this line. The only difference is that white border, given it's a white character card. Interestingly enough, that this is one of the more sought after cards in the set, so this being included with in the main line is quite an interesting way of obtaining it if needed. But yeah, there we have it. We've seen that the packaging is standard as the others. There, the only difference being that artwork exclusive to Anti-Venom. Again, it's some really nice artwork. I really do like the look there. Let's open this up and take a look at the figure within. So the background is a New York skyline. We can see some broken fencing there, etc. I do like the fact that each of them had their own card backdrops. It comes with some tentacles which clip onto the back. Unfortunately, these aren't bendable in any way. They are merged plastic. However, one thing I do like about these, which we will see in a minute, is they can actually hold on to his accessories, which I think is a really great touch. We get our card, as we've had with all the others in this set. There we go. We've got our card there. Then this figure comes with a whole load of accessories. He's got 5 guns. They're all done in a metallic blue colour, but it's a really nice addition to see all of these. So let's get these out and we'll take a quick look at those. So you can see here he's got a couple of different gun designs. That are done for metallic blue. They've got some really nice molded detail on them, and a couple of them even have holes in the gun barrel which will fit some effects pieces which he actually comes with. Would have been nice if perhaps we could have had some multicolours on the weapons accessories. I do feel that given these are a deluxe figure, some paint app on those weapons wouldn't have gone amiss, especially since we've recently seen the Daredevil figures have paint apps on their accessories, such as Punisher, who came similarly with a couple of guns and knives. We get some smoke effects and blast effects pieces. He says if we can get out, so we get that blast effect and a sort of smoking gun blast effect, which I've just dropped. There it is. He then also comes with 2 alternate sets of hands, one being fist hands, one being the fist hands there, and the other pair being sort of clawing, grasping hands. And they do have some nice paint app on there on the back of the palms. And then we have the figure itself, Agent Anti-Venom, which looks fantastic. It really does look like a great figure. The white is sort of an off colour, and it works with this figure. We get the greys of the spider and the suit. You get those spiked shoulders and spikes along the hands there. So one thing worth noting with this figure is that he is a straight up repaint of the existing Anti-Venom figure, which was released I think last year. The only difference between these two figures besides the paint apps is literally this one has a hole in the back for his tentacles. That's the only difference between these two figures. The articulation is standard Legends fare. There is no butterfly clips there. Double hinge at those elbows. Just a single ball joint at the neck. Torso. No articulation at the waist. So you can see it's all standard Marvel Legends fare. The only difference being to that figure being the tentacles. So this literally just plugs onto the back. I believe that way. Yep, so the tentacles want to go up one particular way just because of the way they have been molded, although I don't know if you can get them fitting the other way if you really wanted to. So you can get them fitting in the other way if you really want to, but they are designed to go up the one way because what's a really cool feature about these is the fact that they will grip on to the accessories. So you can take say one of the guns and put it in here, or another one and there go. So you can see that's a really nice addition, is being able to use those tentacles to hold the weapons and really give them some presence there on the shelf if you want. I like this figure. I'm excited to add him to the collection. I think the tentacles on the back are a nice touch. However, if you picked up the previous Anti-Venom, you're not missing out a lot on this figure. Overall, this wave of Marvel Legends collabs I feel has been somewhat of a mixed bag. None of the figures have been particularly bad in my personal opinion. They've just been lacking. This one I think is a really good figure. I really do like it. However, given that all of these come in at the deluxe figure price point, I do feel that maybe something else, something more could have been added sorry, to them. Perhaps giving this bendy wires and the tentacles, you know, having a different figure than Man-Wolf. Slightly better posability in Mary Jane's head, better head sculpt for the Spider-Man. Things, you know, little things like that have really sort of held this back from being a truly spectacular wave. I'm glad I've picked up the figures. I'm glad they're in the edition, but I don't think any of them were necessarily completely essential purchases to have. But there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay safe. And remember, freedom is a right, not a privilege.